Italiano, and this lecture is on writing a literature review. There are three areas we are going to explore. First, we define what a literature review is. Secondly, we look at how to organize a literature review. And finally, how do we go about writing the literature review? What is a literature review? As the name implies, it is a review of all the literature done so far on your topic. It is usually written as a separate chapter in the thesis. There are four things a literature review sets out to do, and these are that it focuses on what has been researched before on your chosen topic. Then, it highlights how your study will fill the current research gap. Thirdly, it points out why it is necessary to conduct your research. And finally, it sets the boundaries for your study, also known as the delimitations of the study. An important element in the literature review is critical evaluation. It is essential that you include a critical examination of the material you have read, for this allows you to justify and show how your work is different and why it is necessary to conduct research. However, we will look at critical evaluation in detail a little later. I want to briefly discuss scope and length, as this is a common question asked. So what is the scope and length for a literature review? Well, initially, you will be required to know a great deal about your topic, especially for the PhD, but you may not have to write everything you know about it. So, for the scope, you may limit your review to include the current state of the theory. But how far back should you go? It really depends on the level of your research. A rough guide is 10 years for a master's thesis. For doctoral students, more extensive investigation and going further back in time is required. The length will vary, and it is best to discuss this matter with your supervisor. However, avoid being too verbose. In other words, do not be too lengthy with your discussion. Your review must demonstrate your ability to synthesize a body of literature, so it should be fairly brief but focused. So, what should be included in the review? Two things: a summary of existing knowledge on your topic, and a critical evaluation of these works. Initially, you are examining the key research done on your topic. Basically, the literature review seeks to answer the following questions. What research has been done previously? What have others said about this topic? How is this research relevant to my study? How is it different from my study? Do the results of the existing research agree with one another, or is there disagreement? Are there flaws in the existing literature? Always keep in mind that you are showing which gap in the literature your research will fill. So, how and where do you start? With research history. All research has a history that provides the precedent for further work. This is the starting point for your research. You need to decide which literature is most pertinent to your review. Conduct a library search, both online and using hard copies. Survey university databases, abstracts, and indices in books. It is advised that you make an appointment with a librarian for a research consultation. Prioritize your examination of material type in this order. Begin with articles in refereed international journals. The research published in these materials are recent and widely disseminated. Because they have been refereed, experts in the field have provided its researchers with significant comments for improvement and fine-tuning. Then, proceed to books or chapters in edited books, followed by articles in national refereed journals. Next are conference papers or research reports from government, committees, and professional organizations. PhD dissertations and MA theses provide excellent material for your review as well. Finally, peruse websites and articles in non-refereed journals. As you do your reading, constantly check the course requirements and consult with your supervisor to ensure you are on the right track.